They still have a second chance, no worries. But hopefully, there's at least one player that's anchoring towards the recall tower. Otherwise, this is not gonna be a good look for them. But speaking of which, Alpha Gaming Zyro is gonna be throwing a bunch of throwables towards the area. This gazebo over here, I don't know if it's really called a gazebo. Sorry, so sorry about that. But yeah, DRX also finds a couple more eliminations, couple of knocks up against Horror Esports, and it's kind of like maybe a four-way or five-way between different teams in this area. So I mean, Horror already lost one player. If you just look at the leaderboards, there's a couple of eliminations as well. But hopefully, we won't be seeing an early squad wipeout because man, they still have a chance to get that recall tower. I think I can see at least one or two teams already attempting to get to a tower.
Somebody needs to get to the recall tower, and he needs to get there ASAP at this point. But oh my god, W top! You were laying down, you sneaky at this point. Fable Gaming, one player eliminated like this. That's the second elimination they're gonna have for themselves. But Alpha Gaming, the one thing that I do love about Alpha Gaming right now is their placements and all of their full players being alive and ready for that action whatsoever. But ASI versus Tiamba is happening, ladies and gentlemen. On our screen, the grenade is going to go and it's going to take down one of the player of Tiamba. But I see in the meanwhile versus Alter Ego Alba. No way! He got punched to elimination. No, that is savage at this point, but ASI is also receiving a lot of damage as Crypto and Zephyr are the only two players remaining in the game. Zephyr moving forward, the S12K is going to make some connections, but not enough for the player to get eliminated. Now it's turn for Crypto. To get that recall tower and make sure that all of his players are back onto their feet. But DRX, in the meanwhile, they're going to lose so many of their players, and they're going to be absolutely decimated from the side. Down to the last player they are, where this last player, Hyunbin, is going to go maybe reach for a recall tower 2, try to recall his team members in T versus Team Flash, Arena versus Burmese Gold. There's the Xavier versus Flash, Burmese Gold versus Arena constantly going around, and even IC versus Alter Ego. It's going on. It's happening. IC.
And otherwise, Sakura and Tourniquet both are needing that revive. I think Sakura can go ahead and crawl towards the building. They'll be fine, but it looks like Parajin will be caught up in the bullets of Nayuzi. But I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Yep, that is a confirmation of the kill of Parajin. So that's one more elimination for the side of Arena. In fact, they already have 4. And speaking of which, ooh, that's a nice vehicle elimination. Thunder Talk, they have a good start as well. But Tianpa over here, we can see from the leaderboards,
he has to be very careful. He has to be very precise what he needs to do. They can dive in here, taking down sprays on Rambo's order. But Order is going to say, order to you and take you down. King, now being the final player, is also going to go against the fight off of Fable Gaming. Order is finally down by the hand of King. King will easily give that revive to his own team members. DRX, in the meanwhile, they managed to get all of their players recalled as well. They were down to 4 men, but now suddenly they're down once again to the 3-man party. Rebel Gaming down to 2, finishing off all those eliminations that had into their sides, that they had in their sights, and finally they all
anything. But right now, it's a sauce against the world, and it's there. This guy's definitely surrounded by Team Secret. Might be a 1 versus 1. Oh, nice one, getting a 1 player from Team Sauce out of, just by surprise. But unfortunately, Weibo Gaming will only be getting, I was kind of trying to get some bullets in. Ooh, takes a lot of damage, and they get caught up by Master Ichi. That is also confirmation by Godspeed by Burmese Ghouls as well. But over here, we can see K2 going up against potentially EA. Oh, that was not a fight whatsoever. That was an assassination. ASIA takes the last person down. But of course, over here, it's not over yet. We can see Tianpa going up against Thunder Talk. I think Tianpa, yes, they managed to recall just from a while ago. I saw for the longest time they were only just 1 player. But right now, they recalled. And they are back into the game. Taking it back in the game, Thunder Talk going back to Tianpa, and it looks like Aching will be falling. That is 2 more active players and Tianpa. Let's see if King can get a revived over here. Ooh, that's a snipe from all the way over there by Tianpa. It looks like Thunder Talk.
right now, you have to make a choice, and you have to like live up to that choice from that point. Wrong mistakes will lead up to your demise, and the right choices will increase all those elimination numbers. Just like D plus Diaz, they initiated the fight against Tiamba, and right now Tiamba is down to the last two.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're kind of watching out for a lot of these teams. The fact that they were sitting at number one with those, I believe, two winner chicken dinners in day number one, so they definitely need to redeem themselves. Over here, Tianpa does find one elimination on their side. Ooh, DRX, what was that? Friendly fire, but it's just a knockdown. I don't know if they can recover from that. Ooh, Alpha Gaming comes in. Kind of looting the place up, but there's DRX nearby, and DRX is very vulnerable right now. They can go ahead and swoop in and try to finish them off if they have the opportunity to do so. But over here, DRX is just kind of trying to reset as fast as possible. It looks like Win will be taken out by IC in a Sky Force, and there's still the rest of FL. It looks like there's two active players on Team Flash left, so it's not over for them yet. I don't know if they can still recall, but yeah, that was pretty much it. But speaking of pretty much it, that was Tianpa. We're down to 11 teams, 16 minutes into the game, and still Alliance finds Alter Ego. Alter Ego definitely cannot breathe properly in this map. It's always action after action. Krypton just fell over there at the hands of Alliance, and I think Alter Ego might be trying to get that trade off against Alliance. And I mean, we have a one sniper over here from the side of Alliance, just making sure that they can stay alive. And it looks like 6042 is the last person standing. Hopefully this guy doesn't kick the bucket a little bit too early, because this guy is definitely needed to hold on to this team's place in Rando. But it looks like, yeah, we're seeing a little bit more eliminations on the side of Alliance. Just one, in fact. Haaland did get one, but unfortunately they got picked off as well, and it looks like sooner or later you might be seeing the end of 4-1 as well from Alliance. And speaking of the end, it looks like we're down to 10 teams once again. Burby Schools just got eliminated off by the hands of E Arena. It looks like it's gonna be credited to E Arena's elimination points. Over here, FL finds another elimination, or rather, a knockdown.
Really great games. Because if they don't, it's going to be difficult for them to like even maintain that position. But oh my god! Ouch! Alpha Gaming!
But it's in a horrible place right now. Their placement is kind of horrible at this rate. I mean, they're surrounded by other teams, and it's a good thing that the other teams are kind of preoccupied with each other as well. But it looks like Alter Ego kind of just lost one player over there, so they're down to one player left. And Skyforce, IC, they're still on in the running, and they have to worry about everyone else. It looks like E Arena is also within the vicinity. Inner Circles has the rooftop. Skyforce is also trying to get some long range kills. They spotted good game. IC took a bit of damage from somewhere out there. Their Skyforce, Godless, needs a revive. A little bit too far, and there's also GG. It's kind of too near and a little bit too risky to give up that rotation. But over here, it looks like missing start of these teams. So I think these guys, if they survive this with E Arena, maybe they have a chance to get this chicken dinner. But all the while, Alliance finally loses their last player. But this one, E Arena and DRX going up against each other. Tourniquet is getting bombarded by grenades, but it's a good thing they managed to back away just in time, and there's just an exchange of grenades. Tourniquet still has 3. He can go ahead and get throw some up against DRX. Hopefully they're gonna be hitting something. And Irina, unfortunately, Tourniquet just got knocked down right there. But no worries, they still have the support of their other players. Rosemary, unfortunately, will be the last person on Alter Ego. They don't have much points from this map, so hopefully they can catch up in the next map. Skyforce kind of suffering over there. There's one knockdown. Ooh, it's a little bit of a mess in this compound. Good game. Trying to defend their territory from Skyforce, and Skyforce is trying to push into the area, and Kaya is just right behind them. Godless is trying to throw some grenades, but Godless will be the last person. And with that, GG says GG. Skyforce got wiped out by GG, and now we're down to 6 teams and 13 players still standing.
16, 13 players, out of which we have 3 solos, 1 duo, in fact, and 1 trio alongside of the team IC. that has the full squad remaining. But DRX is going to be another name that's going to be eliminated out of this match. They are out. They are done. IC is doing an amazing feat this time around, and if they manage to secure that winner chicken dinner, I believe so. I do believe so, that they will be coming down at maybe on the hashtag number 2. If they get that winner chicken dinner, they will be one step behind of securing that champion spot for themselves, and they will have those 4 matches to like play up as much as they want. But 30K, beautiful shot, man, beautiful shots, and knocking the player down, finishing them off instantly, and making sure that his elimination number is increasing. T24 OP is also going to follow up as the knockdown occurred on the guy. Grenade is going, and it may do the splash damage, and it done the deed on the player to eliminate him out of the game.
Ready. I mean, if they get picked off right here, right now, they're still having 4 placement points, or they have like total 18 points at least. And of course, Alpha Gaming, they're still up in the running. Zion just got taken out just now. So 1 versus 1 between IC. It looks like IC will be falling. There's a second one. Wow, gets shot down. Doc, what just happened? Overtook top. I think this guy
Or ego, that's going to be eliminated. But GG, wait a minute. At this point in time, GG is also facing the consequences. Alpha Gaming is finally making a comeback this time around. They got the one knockdown. The other one is in the front lines. He gets finished off by the hand of W Top, and W Top is cooking more grenades to throw it on. GG's at this point in time. But Doc, he's closing in. Let's see what GK is going to do. So far, the Doc is going to receive a slight bit of grenade. Not enough for the player to get annihilated, but whoa. Kaya, you walked right into that.